You may already be familiar with the term SUBMAX, or in some cases, this video is for those that don't know the term. But even if you do know the term, it'd be great for you to kind of know how this came about, essentially. And so, whoever's interested in football or even team sports, you are familiar with the term super sub. So, coming off the bench, coming off as a substitute, or coming on as a substitute rather, and making an impact, maybe scoring, keeping a clean sheet, or penalty save, or whatever the case may be, that then complements your team. And in my experience in sport, no one actually sets out to be a substitute. No one actually, if you ask someone what their goal is, it's probably to get a number of appearances, get a number of goals, assists, clean sheets, etc. But no one sets out to make it to the bench, so to speak. And even maybe it might be those that are trying to come up in the rankings, maybe coming from the youth, but no one sets out to be that. And the concept of team sports is that the team is important because there's going to be players that might be injured, there might be players that may lose fitness, and it might be someone that you might want to bring on the game to change the narrative of the match, so to speak. And so being a substitute is important, but no one sets out to be a substitute. So what I did was almost come up with this concept, a mentality to empower athletes that if they do become a substitute, how they can make the best impact possible and then eventually change their own narrative. So, you never want to stay on the bench. You want to make that impact so that you become someone that is vital to the team and can start a game. And that's what the concept actually comes from. So, I have to give it to Javier Hernandez. I call him the SUBMAX GOAT. And he really kind of reinforces, because I would think, why is this guy never getting games or starting opportunities? Because he comes on, he scores, and he's showing it in the Champions League, he's showing it with Man United, showing it in Germany. Why does he not get the chance at West Ham? No disrespect to West Ham. And so the definition of SUBMAX is someone who takes the disappointment of being benched and mentally prepares himself to make the best possible impact when given the chance. Some players come on the 84th minute, some people come on the 87th, and some might even come on half time or even during the first half. And no matter when you are going to be coming on, can you train your mindset to be ready to make the impact when you come on, no matter what time you come on? And then by doing that, you force your way into the starting 11. And there's a lot of more dynamics in what allows you to then become a starter. And that's something we will explore in further videos. But that's the mentality of being a SUBMAX. Can you take that mentality and the disappointment and turn that into a narrative that empowers you, but also empowers the team? So that's the concept, essentially. And throughout the season, we've seen quite a few people that have been SUBMAXers, and throughout the whole entire season, you've seen people that's come on in different times of the game and made great impacts. I think back very quickly to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He came on, I believe, it was Barkley actually. He came on against Everton. Oh gosh, I think I got it completely wrong. He didn't come on against Everton. He used to play for Everton. It might have been Ruben Loftus-Cheek actually. He came on against Everton last few minutes of the game, scored an equaliser, and came on very late too. And then over time, he started making appearances. I think he started in the Europa League one game, scored a hat-trick, and he was on the bench the following game in the Premier League, but came on from injury in the first half, scored in that game too. So, there might be disappointments along the way, even when you SUBMAX, but it's just the mentality of, can you always be someone that's ready to make an impact? I think maybe the SUBMAX of the season is Jadon Sancho. He's burst onto the scene, but at the start of the season, he was only coming on as a sub, and then he was getting those goals and assists, and he had to earn his right there, and now he's one of the most valuable players in Europe at the moment. You have Juan Foyth, who came on for Tottenham due to injury and suspensions, and he's come on, made good impacts, and got clean sheets. And unfortunately, he's back on the bench right now because of the return of Alderweireld, and I think for Tongan at some point too. So he will get his chances now, and because of his SUBMAX performances, when there needs to be a squad rotation, he's the first one on that list, as opposed to maybe, let's just say, someone like Eric Dyer or something. Rashford, he's always in and out of the team as well, making great impacts, and hopefully he finds a bit more consistency with new management. Over the weekend, just gone, Alex Iwobi was a SUBMAXer. He came on off the bench and he got a goal, and now should be probably forcing his way into the manager's mind for the upcoming game against Brighton. And so that's the concept of SUBMAX, really changing your narrative, a mentality that can empower you, that can empower your team to empower you again. And that's something that I really want to kind of leave with you. So look out for it. Check it out on social media. Hashtag SUBMAX. If you've seen someone SUBMAX, maybe comment SUBMAX on their page. They should really take this to their own recognition, a lot of the players out there. And also, I'm going to have a video on how to achieve SUBMAXes. So if you're in team sports and you want to kind of make that impact and you're on the bench constantly, it's a bit frustrating, check out my video and I'm going to give you the steps to changing your own narrative.